The wind howled through the blood-red canyons of Arizona, carrying whispers of war and heartbreak. It was the 1870s, a time when every sunrise could bring peace or death to the frontier. Among the Apache people, there was one woman who had become a legend in her own right. Nalea, daughter of a fallen chief. Fierce as fire, proud as the desert sun, her people said she was born with a spirit too wild to be tamed, and ever since soldiers had taken her father's life, she had sworn vengeance on every white man who dared cross Apache lands. Across the border towns, her name was feared like a ghost story. Men said she rode like the wind, silent and deadly, leaving only tracks of revenge behind. But fate, as it often does, had a way of testing even the hardest of hearts. One evening, as the dying light painted the cliffs in orange and gold, a lone cowboy named Cole Travis rode through the canyon. He wasn't a soldier or outlaw, just a weary man searching for peace after years of killing in the Civil War. He carried the quiet sorrow of a man who'd seen too much blood. His horse limped, his water was gone, and his luck ran thin. When he stumbled upon a small spring near the canyon floor, he didn't realize he had wandered into Apache territory, Nalea's territory. Hidden among the rocks, she watched him, her bow drawn, eyes narrowed. To her, he was just another intruder. She took aim, but something made her hesitate. Maybe it was the exhaustion in his face, the emptiness in his gaze. The arrow trembled in her hand, then lowered. But when night fell, she followed him. Cole had made a small fire, trying to rest. He didn't hear her approach until the cold blade of her knife pressed against his throat. He froze, his hand instinctively moving toward his gun. "Don't," she hissed in broken English. "Cowboy, die fast if move." Her voice was low, fierce, beautiful in its danger. He met her eyes, deep, dark, and filled with hatred. "If you're going to kill me, do it quick," he said. Softly, she hesitated again. There was something different about him. No fear, no arrogance, just calm acceptance. "Why no fight?" she asked. "Because I'm tired of fighting," he whispered. Her anger faltered. She had seen many men beg for life, but never one who seemed ready to give it up. For reasons she didn't understand, she couldn't do it. She tied his hands and led him to her hidden camp, thinking she'd decide his fate by morning. Under the cold stars, she watched him sleep by the fire, his face peaceful despite being her captive. Something strange stirred within her, not sympathy, but curiosity. Who was this man? Why did he not fear her like the rest? As dawn painted the desert, she found herself tracing the scars on his arm, wondering what kind of pain created a man like him. But when he opened his eyes, she pulled her hand back like she'd touched fire. Over the next days, Cole tried to talk. She tried to hate him, yet every word, every glance chipped away at the wall between them. He told her of the war, the killing, the emptiness. She listened in silence, pretending she didn't care, but his voice reached a place in her heart she had buried long ago. One night, when a storm swept across the desert and lightning tore the sky, he looked at her and said, "You don't have to keep hating forever, Nalea. Hate just eats you alive." She wanted to strike him, to silence that voice, but she couldn't. Instead, she turned away, hiding the tears the rain had already disguised. Yet fate wasn't done with them. The next morning, soldiers came, a scouting party searching for Apache hideouts. When shots rang out, Nalea's people fought back fiercely. In the chaos, Cole was hit trying to protect her. She dragged him into the canyon, shielding him with her body as bullets struck around them. When the dust cleared and the soldiers retreated, she pressed her hands against his wound, trembling. "Why you save me?" she asked through tears. He smiled weakly, whispering, "Maybe. Because I finally found something worth dying for." That night changed everything. The woman who once swore to kill every cowboy was now praying to every spirit she knew to keep one alive. For 3 days, Nalea tended to Cole's wounds in a cave hidden deep within the canyon. She gathered herbs, whispered prayers, and stayed awake through the long, cold nights. He drifted between life and death, whispering her name even in fevered dreams. She had never known such confusion, anger mixed with tenderness, vengeance tangled with love. Every time she looked at him, her heart battled her oath. How could she care for the very kind of man who destroyed her world? But when she saw his pain, she knew hate no longer ruled her. Love did, fierce and unstoppable as the desert storm. When Cole finally woke, weak but alive, she was sitting beside him, half asleep. "You stayed," he murmured. She nodded silently. "Why?" he asked. Her eyes met his, fierce, teary, trembling. "Because your heart not like others," she whispered, "and mine not same anymore." Their hands touched, and for a moment the world outside ceased to exist. No war, no tribes, no blood. Just two souls who found each other in the ashes of hatred. But peace never lasts long in the frontier. When Nalaya's tribe discovered she had saved a white man, they were furious. Her brother, Toshin, declared her a traitor. "You bring shame to father's spirit," he roared. Cole tried to leave to save her from punishment, but she stopped him. "If you go, they kill you. If you stay, maybe I die. But I die with truth." She stood before her people, fearless, declaring that love was not betrayal, it was strength. The tribe's council hesitated. They had never seen anyone defy tradition so openly. Cole, wounded but determined, stepped forward. "If I must die for loving her, I will," he said. Silence followed. Even Toshin's rage faltered. In that moment, something sacred shifted, an understanding that even in hatred's heart, love could take root. Under the full moon, the elders spared their lives but exiled them from the tribe. Nalaya and Cole left the canyon together, their hands intertwined, walking into the endless desert. The night air was cool, carrying the scent of sage and freedom. They built a small cabin near the river that separated Apache land from the white man's world. There, they lived quietly, far from law and tribe alike. She taught him the language of her people. He taught her the songs of the open plains. Together, they found a peace neither world had ever given them. But the world never forgives easily. Rumors spread, a cowboy and an Apache woman living together, a scandal that stirred hatred in every saloon and fort. Men came to hunt him, calling him a traitor to his kind. One night, a group of bounty hunters found their cabin. Cole fought fiercely, defending their home, but he was outnumbered. When one man aimed at Nalaya, Cole threw himself in front of her, taking the bullet meant for her heart. She caught him as he fell, blood staining her hands, tears burning her cheeks. "Why you do this again?" she cried. He smiled weakly. "Because one night you changed everything." His voice faded with the dawn. Years later, stories spread across the frontier. Tales of a mysterious Apache woman who roamed the desert alone, guarding a small grave by the river. They said she spoke to the wind, whispering his name. Some swore they'd seen her silhouette under the moonlight, dressed in red feathers, watching over the land where love had conquered hate. In a land built on war and vengeance, love was their rebellion. The Apache beauty who once swore to hate the cowboy ended up writing the greatest love story the desert had ever known. And if you believe that some stories never die, then theirs still rides with every whisper of the canyon wind.